that would send the current Senate bill straight to the president with no changes. And that would allow for a simple majority vote on this bill to get it passed. We are joined today by Georgia Republican Phil Gingrey. He is a member of the GOP Doctors Caucus. Congressman, good to have you here today. Welcome.
Great to be with you, Martha.
You know, I wonder what you think about this statement. Earlier today, one of your colleagues, Congressman Anthony Weiner from New York, basically said that if Scott Brown gets elected today, and who knows what the outcome of that's going to be, he says, quote, there's a pretty good argument that health care is dead.
Well, Anthony Weiner is with me on the Energy and Commerce Committee, and he has said many times that he wants national health insurance. He wants a single-payer system. He wants a strong public option, and he says that he would probably vote against the Senate version in the House. You know, Martha, the whole thing, it was really interesting. I saw in the Wall Street Journal this morning a comment by the senior Democratic House member from Massachusetts, Ed Markey, and he said Scott Brown's agenda is to stop the dreams of Senator Ted Kennedy. He might as well have said to stop the dreams of Nancy Pelosi, President Barack Obama, Harry Reid, and on and on and on, and all these liberal, powerful members of the House of Representatives and the Senate. But what Scott Brown really is doing is standing up for the dreams of the people of the great Bay State. The same people that voted for Reagan twice, and they voted for Romney, and they voted for Well.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
They're going to vote for Scott Brown.
I want to double back to something that you just said, because I think people, you know, it's a good thing for us to sort of get our arms around here. Congressman Weiner, as you rightly point out, is a huge proponent of the public option. So he's a Democrat who's been disappointed with the way this process has gone because the public option went by the wayside. He wants it to get back to what he thinks are the roots of health care reform. But he is likely to be in a situation where, you know, those folks they're going to try to railroad folks like that within the Democratic Party if they want to get this bill through quickly. And I think it looks like they want to get it through quickly whether Mr. Brown is elected or not, probably before the State of the Union. So what happens? You know, how does that play out on Capitol Hill among Democrats if they try to sort of twist the arms of those who wanted more in terms of health care reform?
Martha, it would be very, very difficult. Not only the people on the left, like Anthony Weiner and Lynn Woolsey and others, but how about the 52 so-called conservative members of the House of Representatives, the Democrats, that voted for Bart Stupak's amendment in regard to absolutely not utilizing taxpayer dollars to fund abortion. That provision is in the Senate version. So how in the world does Ms. Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi, get enough of those people to switch and vote?
Good question.
I mean, they have a very, very difficult challenge in front of them. Whether they do that or they ping-pong it back and forth and then they try to do something under reconciliation or just to rush it through and not seat Scott Brown should he win today in Massachusetts. I'm telling you, we'll see a second Boston Tea Party if any of those scenario plays out.
Well, you know what? We've heard from a number of people that scenario is likely, that if Scott Brown does win today, and there's another quote from your colleague, Congressman Weiner. He says basically you want to finish the bill and then hurry up and stall and have the swearing in of Scott Brown, if he wins in Massachusetts, take as long as possible. And you think there would be a pretty big rebellion against that. What could they do to stop it if they try to delay it?
Well, Martha, there would be the biggest rebellion we have seen since the Boston Tea Party. The Tea Party patriots, the Freedom First folks, but mainly those hard-working, the blue-collar people in the state, the great state of Massachusetts, a Bay State, who are looking at those unemployment numbers that look at, they're out of work. 85,000 jobs lost in December, 7 million jobs lost since the Democrats took control of the Congress back in January of '07. It's just unbelievable that if the president comes before the Congress and the nation on the 27th to do his State of the Union address, what kind of spin can he put on the success of his first year in office? I don't think Revlon's got enough lipstick to paint over this horrible year, all of this tax and spend and people out of work and the terrible economic situation.
All right. Well, there's a lot on everybody's plate, to be sure. Congressman Gingrey, thank you very much for being with us today.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. You know, many of us have done it. You're in a hurry, perhaps. You leave your purse or your wallet inside a